Hey, what's up guys? TBL here, coming back at you on another wonderful Monday morning, the start of a brand new week. And today we're bringing you a little bit of gameplay from the Uncharted multiplayer stress test, kind of a multiplayer beta that was live over the weekend. I actually almost missed out on this thing. I had to be reminded by a good buddy Nate, who you guys hear on the EOTW podcast, about the beta for Uncharted 4, and got in on it late Sunday night, had a match or two, and then pretty much just let Gen X100 play. He's actually the one you guys are seeing play right now. He wanted to get in on this. Ooh, boot to the face, baby. But he wanted to get in on this, so I let him play it over on my account. Jen has always been a pretty big fan of the Uncharted multiplayer scene. He's always been better at it than I am, so I was happy to just let him take the controller while I sat back and recorded everything. And, I mean, I have got to say, this beta has been pretty fun. I'm a huge fan of the Uncharted series, but I will say I hadn't been paying too much attention to Uncharted 4. You know, it's been pushed back 1,000,001 times, and I didn't get in on the closed beta because I never bought the Drake collection for the previous 3 games on PS4. So, you know, I figured I'll try out the beta. We'll see if it's alright, and oh man, is this a really, really fun game. First off, smooth 60 FPS parkour system. The parkour system in Uncharted has always been fantastic, but at 60 FPS, it's so crispy. And as a matter of fact, I've got the man himself here, the guy who you see playing right now with me, to talk a little bit about his experience with Uncharted 4. Jay?
This game it's fantastic. Like, all Uncharted, it's weird to play, but like, literally after your third match, you just get into it.
Yeah, it takes a little bit to get into, doesn't it?
Yeah. Look at this man just
look at the swinging. It's I will say that I love the fact that you can tether to things now and swing around, but there were some spoopy moments where it was like you'd stop in midair, floating for a couple of seconds. But yeah, you're right. It's weird to get back into Uncharted, as it is with any third-person shooter, because you and we spend a lot of our time playing stuff like Destiny and Call of Duty, which are, of course, first-person shooters. And then when we jump into anything third-person, it usually throws us off for a little while. But the gunplay in this was not too bad.
It's extremely different from the last ones. I'll say that.
The Last of Us?
That's the last ones.
The last
you
ones?
Know I said the last ones.
Is that a... Oh, the last ones is in the last Uncharted games.
Yeah.
I thought you messed up on talking about The Last of Us.
Oh, jeez, no. Why would you even say that?
Well, it is a Naughty Dog game, and granted, the shooting in that game was very similar. But overall, yeah, it took you about a match or so to get into it. But after the first match or two, you were just tearing people up like in this gameplay right here. Although, rip to you, if not for Lazarevich. But yeah, the beta really, really fun. I'm really enjoying it. And I'm kind of sad that it's over by the time this video is coming out, because I only got to play it for like an hour or two. And now it's done, and I've got to wait until April before I can play it again. That is, of course, unless it gets delayed one more time. But that's alright, we've got ourselves some other things to play this week. And, oh man, it's going to be a pretty busy week here on the channel. Took kind of a break from things over the weekend. It was kind of a lazy, busy weekend. I spent a lot of time editing the podcast. It's a pretty good episode this week. You guys should definitely go check it out. It's up on iTunes and SoundCloud, and will be up here on the channel before too long. But I didn't do anything else. There were no videos this weekend. So I slacked a little bit on that, and I'm probably going to be making up for that over the next couple of days. We do, of course, have The Division coming out tomorrow, and I cannot wait for that to come out. What do you think, Jay?
Yeah, I can't wait either. I mean, The Division, the beta was fantastic, and now we're all just waiting for the game, and when the game comes out tomorrow, no life on the outside world.
That's a pretty good way to describe it. So we will have that coming out. I'm probably going to be making a couple of guides for it. You know, quick start guides, leveling guides. There's a lot of information for that game out currently on the Division subreddit. So if you want to head over to Reddit and find that place, I am subscribed to it, and that's where I get a lot of information about the game. There was a whole bunch of stuff data mined from it recently too, Jay. And we got a lot of information about dailies, about quests, about dungeon-like areas, about raid-like areas. There's going to be a lot of stuff in the Division, and I cannot wait for it. And actually, as a matter of fact, I think the game is out right now in Australia. There's a lot of people streaming it, and they're showing off a lot of what the game's got to offer. There's some people who've even picked up some legendaries. Feels like we're going to be a little bit behind by the time it catches up over here in the States. It is releasing tonight at midnight. I've got my pre-order copy ready. I'm probably going to be holding a late night live stream of it. And I really just can't wait. You guys know I had a ton of fun with the Division's beta, just like I'm having a ton of fun here with the Uncharted 4 beta. And there goes the spoopy tether again. Check this out. This is when Jay got stuck on nothing in the sky and started climbing the air. Oh man, how did that make you feel, kid?
I literally have no idea what just happened. 1 minute I hook onto the thing, and then I jump, and then nothing happens. I'm just running around like I'm holding a freaking kite.
Just kept you suspended in midair for a second. This is a beta, everybody, so there were a couple of weird little glitches like that right there with the tether. Happened a couple of times, not just to Jay, but to some other players in his lobby. And there were some other weird things going on, but it's just a beta. And the beta, for the most part, is still mechanically sound. This thing runs pretty darn smoothly, a lot better than the previous Uncharted games. And that's pretty much it for my weekend. I still haven't put out the EOTW podcast episode video of last week. The audio, of course, has been up since Sunday, but I still need to do the video for that too, and I'm probably going to be pushing both of those podcast videos out over the next day or so. But other than that, we've got ourselves an exciting week coming up. We do have some matchmaking changes supposedly coming to Destiny on Tuesday. I mean, you know, take that with a grain of salt. We'll see exactly how good that is when we get there. In its defense, I have been playing a lot of Destiny's PvP on my Hunter. Been having a lot of fun with that, actually. And I think Bungie last week stated that the matchmaking changes they're going to push out tomorrow on Tuesday are going to basically change things so that matchmaking is more focused on latency and lag than anything else. Now, we can kind of take that as code to meaning they're going to be focusing more on connection over skill. But, like I said before, whenever it comes to Bungie and Crucible matchmaking, take everything with a grain of salt, so we'll see. As a matter of fact, here was the exact quote from Crucible senior designer Derek Carroll over at Bungie. If you've played Control or Iron Banner in the past week or so, you've sampled the newest search criteria. Our goal for matchmaking continues to be fostering a competitive ecosystem that works for everyone, and if you played the last Iron Banner, you know that's not true. That's not part of the quote, though. First and foremost, that means we attempt to find matches with the lowest possible latency. And as a secondary concern, we want to insulate players at each extreme of the skill curve from one another. Now that basically means that they don't want more green players who are just starting to enter into the Crucible facing off against the people with 3,500 hours played who are 320 on all three of their characters. Alright, and that said, we do not prioritize skill over latency under any circumstances, which again has been proven verifiably false if they're still talking about the previous matchmaking. The newest settings are more aggressive about keeping latency low than we've ever had in Destiny. Regardless of the playlist you prefer, you should be seeing high quality matches. And starting on Tuesday, March 8th, every single Guardian who plays Destiny will download and install hotfix 2.1.1.3, which is apparently going to be pushing these new settings into place. Now, the standout line in this for me is that these newest settings are going to be more aggressive about keeping latency low than they've ever implemented in Destiny. And personally, I like that. That sounds like a connection-based matchmaking system, which again is what you should always have in a peer-to-peer based environment. So good on them for that, but we'll find out whether or not that's the case starting tomorrow. Although as for me, I might be too busy playing Uncharted and The Division to even care. But alright, that's pretty much it for my weekend wrap-up. Did have a lot of fun playing this weekend, and this Uncharted 4 multiplayer stress test beta has gotten me really excited for when the full game comes out. You guys can definitely expect some more beta footage for this coming out soon, as well as some Division stuff. Oh man, it's going to be a good week. But alright guys, be sure to let me know how your weekend went in the comment section below. Did you play the Uncharted beta? Are you getting the Division? And most importantly, what type of Division videos would you guys like to see? I really want to make some new guides. But alright, that's it for this one guys. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, I am the Black Link.
And I'm Jin.
You guys stay frosty.